What's up?
Today we're answering questions nobody is asking me. Look, I've been overwhelmed in the last couple of months. I could not make this video if it wasn't for nobody. I mean, you guys have been over the top with these questions. I had to make a whole list of questions nobody has asked me. Get it? So without further ado, let's start the questions. Literally nobody says, when did you start to realize you like cameras? That's a pretty good question, literally nobody. Back when I was about 14 or 15, I received my first digital photo camera. And keep in mind, this is way before even the first iPhone came out. It's back in the day where Nokia used to be a brand. But I ended up not using this camera as much. It was more like a phase. Of course, in the beginning, I was taking photos of my friends and I, but it was never something that stuck with me, you know. Plus, it was such a pain in the bottom to download the videos. It was a pain in my tushy. But the first milestone when I can say I got some sort of interest in cameras was about 2010, when I was already here in Denmark studying. At the university, some colleagues and I, as a group, got an assignment. And instead of the traditional way of answering that assignment through an essay, we decided to do it through a video. One of my colleagues at the time had a video camera, so long story short, we filmed it, I ended up editing it, and the teachers were so impressed with the result they even called the local newspaper. True story. Yeah, so from that point, within more or less 2 years, I got my first DSLR. And I'll tell you a little secret, it wasn't a Sony, it wasn't Canon, it wasn't Panasonic, it was a Nikon. Okay, next question. Absolutely Nobody 69 says, how is it to be a YouTuber? Again, great question. Thank you so much, Absolutely Nobody 69. I don't know, I don't think you can call me a YouTuber yet. Maybe in my eyes, a YouTuber is someone that makes at least a part-time income out of this. But for now, I'm doing it for fun. I would be a hypocrite to not admit that, of course, I want to start making some sort of financial income with this, but I think I'm one of the patient ones. I know that this takes time, like any sort of business or any new project. I think that the financial side of YouTube for me is something that can wait for a while. You know, for me, it's very important that I start building a community here of people that keep returning to watch my videos. The only way you could call me a YouTuber is if you look at my consistency. For more than a year now, I've been uploading a video here on this channel every single week. And that part alone is a job in itself. And I don't mean that it feels like a job. I'm holding myself accountable for every single upload. I know that nothing happens if I don't upload a video next week, but I want to. You know, so far friends, family and clients have asked me what's with this YouTube thing I'm doing on the side, and for me it's more aspects to it, but I think one of them is that sometimes I can actually show my clients the behind the scenes of what a project involves. So instead of me trying to explain to someone that has nothing to do with video production, sometimes it's easier to just show them a video so they understand maybe the pricing, maybe the time frame and so on. And I can tell you that so far, this actually helped. So actually Nobody 69, if I would have to answer your question shortly, I would say that being a YouTuber is fun, inspiring, but also demanding. Next question. Go get a job $$ says, how much money have you made from YouTube so far? Come on guys, you know I don't like to talk about my financials. Okay, but before we go on, we have to thank today's sponsor of this video, which is Nobody. Nobody is a subscription service that gives you absolutely nothing. And since there's no trial period, you can sign up from pretty much nowhere. Nobody has a full gallery of no templates, 0 award-winning services, and has helped no one in their content creation. So sign up today and use the code NOTHING at checkout to get 0% off at none of your purchases. Thank you nobody for sponsoring this video. Not even one single person says, "What do you do for a living?" Guys, these are just amazing questions. I guess I'm pretty much what you call a freelancer. I have a one-man company here in Denmark and I do a lot of video and photo work, but also, even though I'm not a programmer, I build websites. I do front-end design for small and medium companies. Okay, next question. I'm Not a Real Person 2002 says, "Where do you draw your inspiration from and who are your favorite top 3 creators on YouTube?" Ooh, that's a hard question. I'm Not a Real Person 2002. Well, if we talk about the online world, obviously for me, YouTube is the biggest source of inspiration, but I also, of course, look at TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, even Pinterest, and so on. However, I also draw inspiration from pretty much everything in my day-to-day life, no matter if it's something I have to do alone or from my interactions with friends, family, or clients. And I'm lucky to also have my girlfriend who, even though is not in this world of video and photo creation, she has a very analytical mind and critical eye. So in all these years of me doing this, she also formed herself into being good at offering critical feedback to some of my work. So I listen to her more than I like to admit. So to answer the second part of that question, it's very hard to choose only 3 people, but if I really have to, I'll go with Peter McKinnon in first place, second Peter Lindgren, and third probably Daniel Schiffer. If you ask me tomorrow, maybe third place would be Chris Howe or Manny Hapoya. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. NoOne.ever says, "What is your goal with this YouTube channel?" Again, great question, NoOne.ever. And even though that's such a great question, I'm not sure I know how to answer it because I don't actually have a goal. I do, however, have milestones. And my first milestone with this YouTube channel is to reach 500 subscribers. Why 500 subscribers, you may ask? Well, that's when YouTube unlocks one small feature on my channel called the community tab. And I'm sure you've seen it. Maybe you didn't know it was called the community tab, but it's basically another way for me to interact with you guys, the subscribers. I can post different things in between video uploads. I can announce something, I can ask you a question, or maybe start a poll to see what is your opinion on a certain topic. It's a pretty cool way to have a conversation going besides the actual videos. But guys, at the end of this video, I want to give a bow for all of the great questions I received today, the ones that nobody's asking me, and all of those creative usernames you guys have out there. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if nobody has any more questions, please shoot them right in the comment section. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.